Article 2 of the European Court of Human Rights means that state bodies are obliged to protect our rights to life. The duty includes ensuring that the state has in place an adequate system to investigate deaths. In England and Wales, this means that in some cases, Article 2 will be found to be engaged in respect of an inquest process. The law is fairly complex on this subject, and the coroner may ask for legal submissions about whether or not Article 2 is engaged from the interested persons. We can help you with that. Examples of cases where it will be engaged include non-natural deaths in state custody, for example prison, or while someone is detained under the Mental Health Act. Just because Article 2 is engaged does not mean that the coroner must sit with a jury, but often the tests overlap, so these inquests are held with a jury. If Article 2 is engaged, the coroner's scope is extended. As well as answering the questions of who, when, where and how the person died, the coroner must also answer and in what circumstances. Realistically, this does not affect the inquest process much. You will often hear the coroner say that they're required to conduct a full and fearless inquiry, regardless of whether Article 2 is engaged. It does, however, have a significant impact for families who are more likely to be entitled to legal aid funding for representation at the inquest if Article 2 is engaged. The main difference comes at the end of the inquest. This is because if Article 2 is engaged, the coroner or jury are entitled to look at a wider variety of factors in reaching their conclusion and can also be more critical in their language within that conclusion. If Article 2 is engaged, you or your organisation may wish to consider instructing lawyers to represent you at the inquest, as more specialist legal arguments are likely to be required.